We've been sitting here probably back to back 2 to 3 months and you watching me do my gel nails. And in a particular episode, I kind of got a little aggressive with my removal. And so I'm wondering, perhaps as much as you are, have I damaged my natural nails by doing these gel nails? So in today's video, I want to take you through what a safe procedure of removing your gel looks like. And also, we are going to find out together if I have indeed damaged my nails. Now, this video is going to be a little bit chatty because I do understand that some of you want to get into doing gel nails professionally, and I want to share a little bit of my origin story, how I got into nails. And it wasn't actually a very linear path. It was actually kind of like a little accident, but here we are 10 plus years later. So I would take you through that safe procedure of removing gel from off of the natural nails, and then a little bit of chit chat origin story. Let's dive in. Hey there, and welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Paola of PaolaPonceNails.com, your source for all things premium soft gels and success as a specialized nail artist. If you would like to continue growing with me, then at the end of this video, do consider subscribing. Anytime I remove my own gel nails, I actually like to put on a glove with the fingertips cut off, because gel is actually a very fine powder and it can really kind of get into your skin. I mean, not permanently, but during the process of removing your gel nails, and really dry out your skin. And really by the end of it, it just feels really awful. Also, I think it's a good precautionary measure because if for some reason your gel was not cured fully, then you are going to have uncured gel nail dust on your skin, which can lead to allergic reactions. But we're assuming that you are taking proper steps and you have a high power quality unit and you're working with high quality gel nail formulas, so that's not an issue. But just in case, again, I like to just kind of work with gloves on my hand to keep a lot of that dust off of my skin. I'm using a Carbide Bit to debulk the nails. And I typically do like to use Carbide to debulk sometimes, and a lot of the times I don't use it either because I don't have it in stock for me. I haven't bought a new one, but yeah, to debulk, Carbide tends to kind of do it a little faster. But I always, without exception, switch over to a ceramic bit because a ceramic bit on the natural nail is actually quite gentle in the event that it does come in contact, where a carbide just sort of, for me, it's like taking a razor to the natural nail, the way a carbide can remove keratin off of the nail in comparison to a ceramic. So again, inevitably I will switch, as you can see. And so I went from a carbide that was coarse and grit. That's what the green means. The blue means medium grit, okay? So now I'm on my ceramic, and when it's blue and red on the stripes, that means it's actually in between a medium and fine. And usually what I do here is get really, really thin, almost to the point where I see my natural nail when I'm doing the ceramic bit. Now, if I knew what level everyone was doing their nails at, like beginner, intermediate, or maybe in advanced, then I would have probably just used the ceramic bit to remove most of all of that product down very, very thin. But I know that some of you are like in more of a beginner stage. So I also wanted to use a board file so that you can see how thin we are going with the gel and how we're not really touching the nail plate with that board file either. So again, a board file is not something that I would have done at the level that I'm at doing nails, pro level, but I did want to include it for those beginner nail techs or beginner DIYers who are considering going into nails, because you're going to see again how thin that semi-hard builder gel that I had on should be removed for you to have like an effective gel removal. And with that, I think that's a great prompt for you to let me know in the comment section, like what level do you find yourself in your nail journey? Are you DIY? Are you nail student? Are you intermediate? Like, would love to know where you are in your nail journey. One thing that I like to do with gel removal is not only thin down things very, very thin, like so, as you can see, but also to add a little bit of cuticle oil. And I know it's a little controversial because you don't want oil when you are prepping the nails, and that's valid, except that when we are doing a soak off removal, the acetone is quite dehydrating. So it's actually going to even remove some of this oil off, not some, like all of the oil. One of the things that I like to use and really make a key point for a soak off removal is to use a conditioned acetone. You don't use acetone a lot with gel nails because of the fact that most people now are using like a structure soft gel. So soak offs are actually not very common. So you have the budget, or it allows you the budget to invest in a conditioned acetone, which is going to make a heck of a difference you're going to see once these nails are removed. Now that brings me to a point, like how often should you remove your gel nails with a soak off? And again, because now the soft gels that we use are structure soft gel systems, which means that they have a little bit of viscosity, it allows you to do the overlay method. So leaving gel on the natural nail and then thinning that down and then reapplying every time you do your nails or the client's nails. So that is amazing, right? Like in gel nail technology, the fact that we can just kind of leave some product behind a little bit and then reapply. But once in a while, you will have to do a soak off, either because you are trying to test product and you want to see like what I'm doing right now. By the way, what I'm removing on this hand, Nail Thoughts Tinted Base in shade Gloss, lip gloss. Yeah, so other times when you are going to want to remove gel fully is maybe when a client wants to take a break. Then I really recommend that you do a soak off so that you can leave as much keratin on their natural nail as possible, rather than just going to town with an e-file, which you can do relatively safely, like if you use a ceramic bit and then you just buff the remaining product that's left on the nail, then you'll be fine. And then you trim those nails back also, but you really want to do your part to leave as much keratin as possible. So I would recommend a soak off, and then you can just transition also into a lovely manicure service so that you're never just doing a soak off procedure, which could be just like $20 or so. But if you actually turn that into a full manicure, then that can be a service that can be like $40 to $50 or so. So much rather make that. And the truth is that clients are going to need a manicure after that removal, so it is wise to just turn it into a full manicure service. So what you saw me do in the other hand was put a glove on. Now there's a lot of little contraptions, I guess, where you can put the nails into those clips things, but acetone evaporates. So you don't want acetone evaporating, or it's going to slow down the process of removal. And you don't want that, because acetone removals or just soak off removals, for me, they're like a pain in the butt. So I don't want to be sitting here waiting on that acetone or compromising the potency of the acetone. So putting them in some form of glove with the foils on is game changer. And also it allows you to start working on your other hand. Whereas if you were using clips or foils, like say you're doing this on your own self, it becomes difficult because those things start unraveling, whether it's the clips or the foils themselves. So again, putting a glove on is super game changer. I didn't use the Carbide Bit here to debulk the nail. I went straight into the ceramic, and the reason for that was because I didn't have a lot of nail art on this hand. And on this hand, we are removing the REDI bottled builder. I'm doing the exact same thing, so I am thinning the product very thin, and as thin as I can. You'll see that I actually could have gone a little thinner. And I'm also wrapping things up in acetone, just like we were doing the foils, doing the gloves and all of that. And I do wish I would have gone a little thinner. You're going to see with this product, because this product is actually a little harder, a little more semi-hard than the Nail Thoughts base, so it didn't soak off as easy. Keep that in mind in case that is something that you need to know, because maybe you're doing soak offs a little more often than I do or recommend. But yeah, the REDI by REDI WANA bottled builder wears a little harder, so a little more like hard gel. Still soak off, you will see, but it didn't soak off as easy as the Nail Thoughts base, which I thought soaked off actually pretty good. So in the last years or so, this new tool has come to market for removing your nail gel product. And it's pretty cool because before you used to use a cuticle pusher, and in reality you don't want to use a cuticle pusher because that end of your pusher a lot of the times is sharpened and you don't want to dull it out during this process. That would be a total waste. And the reason why that pusher end of a cuticle pusher is sharpened is so that it's thin enough to get in between the proximal nail fold and the cuticle, which is what's actually on the nail plate. So the skin on the nail plate, that's the cuticle. Now I go ahead with this tool and remove it parallel, which means that I do not put this tool at an angle. Anytime you put an angle to this tool on the nail plate, you can potentially cause damage to that nail plate. So you want to keep it as flat as possible and kind of glide it. I know it looks like I'm putting pressure, but believe me, it's a little bit more of a floating motion, and that is all that is going to take to remove the gel. Take a look at the skin around my finger now. It is quite chalky white. So likewise, the nail plate is going to be very dehydrated at this time. Imagine if we didn't put the oil on this. Like, that would be really, really drying. That's why I recommend not only cuticle oil before the removal, but to also do the conditioned acetone. Now I'm using one by Biosculpture because it's a higher grade acetone. There are some industrial grade acetones out there too, which can be very strong and dehydrating. So I wanted to use this conditioned acetone, and if you can get your hands on this, I do recommend the Zoya conditioning acetone. I stocked up on that in bulk at the salon, like even though I didn't use it that much, but I could afford to spend money on a little bit better acetone because I didn't do them so often. So keep doing the same on the nails as you have seen me remove the gel, and do not fret. So do not worry about like things that just don't come off right away. Just keep moving. Another technique that I like to use during my removal, a little tip and trick sort of thing, removing each foil one at a time, because acetone is very temperature sensitive. And so if you remove all of the foils all at once, guess what? Those gel nails are going to harden. And by the time you get to the next one and the next one, that gel nail has re-hardened because that acetone has cooled down, and you kind of want it to be a little warmed up, which is also the added benefit of using gloves over the foils, because that's going to create some heat, which is going to catalyze that acetone to remove even better. So again, this is very, very important. Never remove the foils all at once. So the other day I got a comment, someone saying that they wanted to start a gel nail career, which I thought it was cool because they already even know what niche or sector in the industry they want to go into, gel nails. And I'm like, I can help you with that. Either way, so how did I get into doing nails? It was actually an accident per se. I've always enjoyed doing my nails. When I had the resources to get my nails done, boy, I got my nails done. So that just meant having a job. Obviously, I got my nails done for prom and like events during the school year in high school. But once I got like my first job after high school, like I was on. But unfortunately, I didn't do my nails like on schedule, right? In my head as a young college student, that sounded like, oh my gosh, of course I don't have a budget for that. So I would do my nails and it was a treat, and then I would like peel and chew them off, and that was that. And then 3 or 6 months later, I would do them again, and it was just such a treat to get my nails done. Like the feeling, if you know, you know, right? Like it lingers for years and years and years. So then I got a new job many years later after high school, maybe 5 years or so. I even finished college, and I was married by this time, and I was working as a server, a waitress. I love waitressing, by the way. It was so fun. It just kept you on your feet, obviously, and like thinking all the time and problem solving. And and keeping track of time, because obviously people have ordered food and you have to stay on top of that and make sure you're coursing things properly, appetizers, main entrees, things like that. But I realized that, wow, like I really am showing off my nails a lot in this job. I need to really set a budget for getting my nails done. Like, look at me, like big girl thinking now, right? Setting a budget. Either way, look how the nails are coming out. They look kind of scraggly, and so we're still trying to decipher or find out if I have damaged my nails. So from this perspective, you might think they look bad, but just wait, because they're very dehydrated still from that acetone. So either way, I get this job, which I really like. So I'm thinking I'm gonna be here for a very long time. I really like this gig, and people are seeing my nails. I really need to get my nails done on schedule. So I started looking for my nail lady, what I thought would be like my nail lady, or, you know, I wasn't really thinking of a guy. I just envisioned a nail lady. And I found someone, and she would do these like natural looking acrylic nails on me. But within like 2 weeks, my index and my middle finger would lift, and it would just lift, and it would just be the most annoying thing. But either way, I liked the service, so I thought, you know what, I need to get my nails done on schedule, and I did. The lady that I had found, though, she was really booked, and that didn't always work with my random server schedule. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other hand as you saw me do. Remember, this is a different product, so this is the REDI Bottled Builder, REDI by REDI HANA. Again, something that I was trying. And it wears a little harder again, so you will see it doesn't soak off as easy, and I have to do multiple soak offs, but I'm letting the cat out of the bag. So it was fine. I mean, I would make time to get my nails done with this woman. At some point, I actually had to take time off of work. That time period was going to be like 3 months, and I was like, what am I gonna do in those 3 months, you know? And I was like, oh my gosh, I can go to nail school. Now, we don't have nail school, we have nail programs within cosmetology school. That's all throughout the US, as far as I know. So I was like, I'm gonna go to nail school and learn how to do my own nails. Like, yes, like I've always kind of wanted to. By the way, by this time, I did have like a DIY kit at home, like a gel nail kit from like eBay. And I was like, yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna learn how to do our own nails, because in 3 months, I'm gonna go back to waitressing. And by then I can learn how to do my own gel nails, right? Or acrylic nails, I don't know. I think I was going for gel nails though. And I did. I signed up for the program. I mean, talk about being like young and reckless, right? At this time, I only have $3,000 in my savings account, like probably my checking and savings combined. And the nail program happens to be, if I paid it all up front, $3,000 exactly. And I'm like, instead of thinking like, heck no, that's all my savings, I'm like, oh my gosh, this must be a sign. Like, it's 3,000 and I have 3,000, and my husband has a job. I think we'll be okay. So yeah, I used all of my savings. Like, I probably only kept enough so I didn't have withdrawal fees in my account. And so I paid that nail program. I was so excited to start. Oh my gosh, I couldn't wait to get like there and see my product kit. I mean, all the feels. Believe me, I get it. If you are a nail junkie and you're buying all the things, like, I get it. I really do. So I mean, eventually we do want to like narrow things down, because it helps our focus and it helps our retention and it helps us provide a quality niche service. So yes, down the line we do want to do all of that, but trust me, like I said in the beginning, I get it. So I started the program, and immediately I realized, wow, this is not going to go as exciting as I thought it was. I mean, the school was ancient. The roof was like falling apart. The teacher wore short hair with like all this hairspray kind of like spiked up. Like, I was in a different era in the school. But anyways, sure enough, things just only get more and more boring. I mean, we do practice acrylic nails here and there. And then, oh my gosh, finally the time to work on clients in the nail school, in this cosmetology school. And obviously we're just doing regular polishes. We're not allowed to do acrylics, and things just get really muddy for me, and my focus actually gets diverted. Like, I start doing and thinking I have to do all the things, when in reality all I wanted to go to nail school to do was to learn gel nails, which is why I like to offer now a gel nail program, Master Gel Nails, so that you can keep focused. And if that's what you want to do, then you just go straight for it. You don't have to find out $3,000 later that this wasn't for you or it's not what you were looking for. So again, I love the comment that was like, I want to have a gel nail business. Because I was like, wow, you know what you want. Do not get distracted. Like, follow that niche that you're already thinking about. Either way, finished nail school, and I'm like, I want to do this. I want to do this like long term. Like, I want to make a job out of this. And I started looking up how to become a nail tech and all that stuff, or how to legally operate as a nail tech, I should say. And I knew I didn't want to work for anyone because the standard for doing nails in a salon was awful. I mean, it was, you know, chop shop kind of thing. And yeah, I was just like, no, I want to do this and I want to do it differently. I knew that in my heart. Like, I want to do this and I want to do it differently. And so I was like, what are my options? So it was either like work for someone, which operated like in those commission kind of sketchy scheme situations in salon work, or be independent. And I was like, I'm just going to be independent. I'm going to buy whatever I want to buy. I'm going to do whatever services I want to do and go from there. Anyways, take a look at the nails. Do they look damaged to you? I have not buffed these nails, by the way. They rehydrated all on their own during the whole process of me sweating to get these nails off. So I don't do soak offs often. That is just something that I wanted to do so that I can show you that my nails are not compromised. The nail plate is very resilient. So what you want to do is do proper technique on the nails. This is why you can look through videos and you can try to piece the process together for yourself. But if you are serious about proper technique, quality products, then I believe you belong inside the Master Gel Nails course, which is my step-by-step application course where I show you my salon method of applying nails, step-by-step in detail with more tips and tricks. And your nails can look like this every time you remove gel nails. All right, if you're interested in that, the link will be in the description box below. So I did, guys. I started my own business as an independent nail tech, renting a little space inside a full-service salon with only one client. And this client was from the cosmetology school that I did my program at. And I called her up and I was like, hey, you know, I just started my little practice. Do you want to come and get your nails done? And she actually was like, yeah. It was like this sweet little British woman, and she did. And she was my client, guys, for many, many years. And yeah, then I started to run these promotions, these crazy promotions, and overworked myself. And then eventually became book solid, you know, through a lot of trial and effort. And I say that because a nail career is very plausible. I didn't go into debt at all. This was all paid up front, obviously making some sacrifices, but I made it happen. And that'll be it for me today. As you can see, I have not permanently damaged my nails. Good prep technique, proper removal, and using quality products have left my nails like this, and I want the same for you. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe. There's only less than 30% of you who watch this video show regularly are subscribed. My goal is to get that to 40%, and we can only do that if you subscribe. So if you like this video and you would like to continue in my circle, please consider subscribing. Okay, bye for now.